Hello guys, you're welcome back again to our YouTube channel. Please, if this is your first time of coming to our YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates. And don't forget you're still watching Quotation. Now in our last tutorial, we treated the HTML quotation and citation elements. We saw the quotation tag, we saw the citation tag, we also saw the BDO, bidirectional override, how you can able to use it to override or change the direction of your text. Now, all these things we have treated in our last tutorial. So please, if you have not watched that particular video, check through our videos, our YouTube channel, and watch that particular video so that you can follow us along as we progress. Now, today, I'm going to be teaching you another interesting topic. This topic is very, very important because you must make use of them in your website. And that topic is HTML, navigation bar, and anchor tag. These two topics works together. So that's why I'm teaching them together, because in your navbar you must make use of anchor tag in your navbar, because anchor tag is just like a link, a clickable link you can use to link to different files, external files, sections in your work. So this is what I'm going to be teaching you guys in this video. So in that anchor tag, I'm going to teach you how you can be able to link to another HTML file in your working folder, how you can be able to link to external websites using the anchor tag, and how you can be able to link to the same section, or sorry, another section in your working file. So all these things I'm going to teach you guys. So please kindly stay tuned and subscribe. If you have any question at all in any of our videos, please make use of the comment section and we'll be right there to attend to all your questions. So let's go to the practical aspects of this tutorial. See you guys there.
Okay guys, you're welcome back once again. Like I've already said, we are going to be looking at the HTML navbar and anchor tag. And under the anchor tag, we're going to be looking at how you can be able to link to external websites, how you can link to another file inside your working folder, and how you can link to a section inside the file you're working with. So this is what we are going to be looking at in this tutorial. So please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please, I would advise you to subscribe so that you can follow us up. Subscribe, like our videos, share our videos, and if you have any question, you can make use of the comment section and we'll be right there to attend to all your questions. So without wasting much of our time, let's go to the business of the day. So all this is what we treated in our last video. So if you have not watched our last video, you can go to our YouTube channel or check the description section to get the link to the video and watch it. So I have to delete this from here to here, and let's start with HTML anchor tag.
Okay, remember we have treated this anchor tag before, but we didn't go deep into it. So I'm going to be guiding you guys on how you can be able to link external files, another file inside your HTML, another HTML file inside your folder, and a section inside your working file. So first of all, remember our anchor tag is being represented with A. Then you have attribute, and I say that anchor tag is one of the tags that can work without attribute. So you must add attribute to that before it can be able to work. So, and that attribute here is href. So this is the attribute you're going to add in anchor tag for this particular tag to work. So let's say that you want to link to a another HTML file inside our folder. Now let's take for example linking to another HTML file in our, okay, let me just say, let me use this one as Let me use this one as the heading, for example. Now let's say link one. Now, if we check this in now, this is going to have a clickable link. Let's preview this with live server. Let's go live. Now you can see this is going to have a clickable link. This is going to be clickable, showing that it is anchor tag. Now, for example, if I come and remove this particular href here and I have only this, let's watch how it's going to look. So this thing now is just like normal text. It does not have any clickable icon or any clickable link there. So it's just like a normal text, showing that anchor tag cannot work without attributes. So you must add the attribute, which is what href attribute, before it's going to work. So in this attribute is where you now add the link or the location of the file you want to link to. So this is where you now add the location of the file you want to link to. Now, for example, now we want to link to another HTML file inside our working folder. Now, remember, this is our working folder, root. Inside this root now, we have image folder. Inside this image folder, we have a second, which we treated last in our last tutorial. Now, inside this root, we also have HTML, the index.html. And we also have image here, PNG image. Now, let's create another file. Let's create another file in the descent directory. So let's create another file using the short method. That is new file. Let's say second. Let me just say about that about us page. So you just say we are going to create an about us page .html. Now this is about us page. There's nothing here. Okay, let me just bring out my boilerplate. Remember, we have treated boilerplate before. Just bring out my boilerplate HTML. Remember, we have treated our boilerplate before. So in the inside this body, let me just type h1 and let me just use p tag. Let me just use dummy test program. Okay, I want to show you guys something. Now this is our about. Now what I want to achieve now is, let's say that this is about us page. Okay, let me name this thing to about us. Let's say that this is about us page. Now it's required that when someone comes to your website, this is your website. This is your website. When someone comes to your website and click on this about us page, it's going to redirect the person to the page containing this about us content. That is going to redirect that person to about us page. It's not going to redirect that person in the same page, that's index.html. It's going to redirect that person to about us page. Now, but if you click here now, it's still going to be on this page because you have not done any linking here. It's still going to be on index.html. Look at it. If you click, it's still going to bring out to index.html because there is no link. There is no link here. Though it's going to be clickable, but you are not linking anything to that place, your href, you get. So this is where you now add the link or the location of your file. This is where you now link your location of your file. Now the location of our file is about.html. This is the location of our file. Let's save and check. Now if we click on this about, it's going to go to about us, about.html. That about.html we created is going to go to that place. Now let's click on this place now and watch. Can you see the link is directing to about.html, and this is what we have inside that about.html. This is what we have inside it. You can see. So I've already linked this particular anchor tag to another HTML file inside our working folder. I've already linked this about us page. Let me go back again. Let me go back to index, index, index dots. I've already linked this about us page to another HTML file inside our working folder. So whenever you click on this about us, if someone wants to read about the company, about your portfolio, about anything, you can create a separate page that is saying about your company. The person can go and find more information about your company or about your portfolio. Now, when someone comes to your index, that's the main homepage or for website, is going to see this about us either at the footer or uh, on the this on the navigation bar. So once the person clicks on that about us, it's going to redirect that person to that page, that about us page. You have content about your company or about yourself. So this is how this linking works. When you want to link to another HTML file, or it's not only HTML file. Why I'm using HTML is because we are still dealing with HTML. So you can also link PHP. If you can also use your anchor tag, assuming this is PHP extension. You don't need to write HTML here. You just have to write PHP. So, but because we are still dealing with HTML, that's why I'm using HTML here. So that's how you link your uh, another file in your folder, in your working folder. So that's it. So for another example is let me also give another example. Maybe this is contact us. Okay, this contact us. Sorry, this is contact us. And let me also create. Okay, let me also create. Okay, let me also create another contact us. Contact.html. HTML is the extension. So don't forget we have already treated this contact.html. And this is contact.html. Then inside this contact.html, let me just bring out my boilerplate. Then inside this boilerplate, I can have now let me make use of address. We treated address in our last tutorial, and then make use of address. Okay, name, code base, break tag. Uh, okay, address. Let me use Nigeria. Which other one? Phone number. Phone number. Phone number. Just type your phone number here. Any random number. Now let's go and do our linking. Now we have created this page. Now what happened? Let's link the page first. Contacts.html. Yeah. Now let me break this in so that it's going to be one line because it's anchor tag. Let's check. You can see it's going to be one line. Let's Let me break it so that to come to the next line. Now let me also break this one. Now what happens now if you click on this contact now, it's going to go to contact.html. You can see it's going to go to this place. Remember, we have treated address in our previous tutorial. So if you have not watched that particular tutorial where we treated address tag or element, please kindly go back and watch it because that's what is making this particular text to be in italics form. So that's the default formatting for address tag. Now let's go and let's go and okay, let me just say, okay, what happens when the name, okay, let's say, let me remove this HTML, let me remove this L and check again. It's going to tell you that the file is not found. You can see it cannot get slash contact.html, meaning that the spelling is not correct. So you have to correct your bug. Yes, you call it bug in programming. You don't call it error, you call it bug. So you have to correct it. So assuming you make mistake in the spelling or in the in the name of the file. Get you just have to correct it and everything will start working back again. Get so let's check. So everything is working again. So this is how you can link to a file, HTML file inside your working folder. Now, what if that HTML file is not in the same directory with your index file? When I mean it's not in the same directory, because this one now is in the same directory, they're not inside any folder, so they are in the same directory. You get? So what if they're not in the same directory? What is going to happen? Now let me just, for example, now let me go to about us. Okay, let me just copy this. Let me just copy. I've copied it. Let me delete it. Let me delete it. Let me delete. Yes. Now let me create that particular file inside a folder. Now let me create a folder. Remember, if you want to create a folder using this method, you have to click here. When you click on this place, click on the second icon, which is new folder. Let me it nav. Inside this folder, I'm selecting this folder. Don't forget, I'm selecting this folder. Once you have selected this folder, you go and click on file. Let me now create about.html file here. About.html. Okay. Now, inside this about.html, let me now paste that thing I copied. Let me now paste it. Now, let's check whether this thing is going to work again. Remember, we are not editing anything here. It's still right, like how it was before. Let's check about. Can you see? Cannot get slash about.html. Remember, this about.html is not wrong. Oh, the spelling is correct. So what it's trying to tell you is that this about.html is no longer in the same directory with this one. Now it's no longer in the same directory with this particular index.html. That's your root file. You get? So that means you have added it in another directory. That's you have added it inside another folder. Get? So for you to call out this about.html, for you to call it out, you have to add that particular folder that about.html is inside. So without adding that particular folder, it's not going to work. So for you to locate this particular about.html that is inside this folder, nav folder. So you first of all call the name of the folder slash, then you now call the file, which is what about.html, which is here. Now let's check. Let's go back. Refresh. Now about, and you see it's working now. And if you go to the link, you can see that it's having nav slash about.html. So this particular format now is correct. But assuming you're not adding the file, you're not adding the folder, the about.html is inside, it's going to give you an error. It's going to give you an error. So you just have to start debugging the error or the bug. Yeah. So that's it. So if you're adding the files inside a folder, make sure you call out the folder the file is inside before you now call the name of the file itself. But if the file is in the same directory with the file you want to the main identity root file, that's the index.html. It can be index.html, it can be contact.us.html or contact.html. You can also add your anchor tag here. So if you're adding it here and you want to link to this particular index, let's say you want to link to this particular index, and this, you know that this particular index is still in the same directory with contact.html. So what you have to do, you just have to put your index.html without any folder, because this index.html is not inside any folder. Is still in the same directory with this particular contact.html. Just like in the same way, if you want to add your about.html, because this about.html is inside a folder. Now if you want to add it, you must add the folder the about.html is inside before you now type the name of the file, which is about.html for that particular stuff to work. Now, if you go to your code, okay, let me correct this thing about, okay, nav slash. If you go to your file now, if you go to your code, if you go to about, it's going to about, right? And if you come back, if you go to contact us, okay, wait, let me, okay, I didn't add any name here. Let me use, that's why it was not visible. So let me use, click me, and, okay, redirect, redirect. So this is going to go to HTML index.html. What this one is going to go to about.html. Now let's go about us. Nothing is there. Okay. Now contact us. You can see that click me and redirect. So if I click here now, it's going to go to index.html. Why if I click here, it's going to go to about.html. So you can see all these things is this is how you can as an link your files, file that is inside another folder or inside another folder. Just take another example is assuming this file is not inside, is inside another folder again. Let's take for example, let me copy this again and delete this. Let me copy this and delete this. Then inside this folder, let me create another folder. Nav2. Then inside the nav2, that's where I'm going to create my file, which is what about.html. Now I can now paste that and I copied. Then let me save. Now, if you go, this is going to give you error, which you guys have already known. It's already giving you error already, save. So this is going to give you error, yeah, because the directory have already changed and you have not effected the changes in this your index.html. Now, for you to effect it, remember this about.html is inside nav2, not inside nav alone. So in this nav2 is inside nav. So you have to put the first one, which is nav slash nav2 slash nav2 slash, then before you now call out the about.html. So this is how you locate your files. As when your file is inside a folder, inside a folder, inside a folder, this is how you keep locating them till you get to the last file. As in that, to get to that particular file you want to link to your website or to your file. So that's how you link yours. So assuming it's still in the same directory with what you are working with, the file you are working with, you don't actually need to start adding these folders. You add these folders when the file you want to locate is inside a folder. You just have to call out the name of the folder, then slash the name of the file you want to locate. So this is how you link to another HTML file inside your working folder. Remember, all these things we are doing now is inside our root folder, and our root folder is our working folder. Folder is just like a container holding all your code, just like a container holding all your code. So this root folder now is holding our HTML code, is holding our CSS, JavaScript, image folders, and other folders you're going to be creating as we progress. So this is how you add you locate HTML file within your working folder. Now let's try and okay, let's linking. Can I use HR? Linking to external source. Linking to an external source or website. When I mean external, it means that website is not you're not the owner of the website. You're just linking to external website, not inside, not internal. Internal means that it's inside the work as in your folder. You get it's inside your work. So when you're making use of external, that means it's now outside your working space. So let's take example. We want to link to uh sorry, we want to link to external website. HR. Let me go back to my index. Okay. Now linking to external website. Now this is very simple. It's just like the way we have been saying it. But before then, let me on my because I'm going to be using my me on my okay. Sorry. Just give me some time. Let me on my network. All right. All right, guys. My network is now on. Let me visit. Okay, let me use Jumia. Jumia. Okay. Okay. Now my website is now my network is now back. Now, if you want to link to external websites, it's still the same method. Now you just have to write your anchor tag. Now inside this, okay, visit. Let me say, okay, let me just do this thing to that. Let me use p tag. Jumia. Jumia is an online shopping website. If you want to order from Jumia, comma, please kindly kindly click here. Please kindly click here. Okay, let me use calculator for here. Or you can register. Okay, let me use you can register here. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Now, assuming no, when Jumia is an online shopping website, if you want to order from Jumia, please kindly click here. So we are going to put this here. This particular one I'm highlighting now, we're going to put it in anchor tag, meaning that it's going to be a clickable link. Also, we're going to make this particular one here also a clickable link. That's anchor tag. Now, if you preview this thing now, it's going to be like plain text. Why I did this in capital so that it will be visible, more visible. I can also bold it. You get, so all these things I'm using, we have already treated them in our previous video, bold, italics, and other ones. So you can any style you want to give your text, you can actually implement it there. You just have to come here and put your open and closing bold tag here. So that's all. Now, assuming I want to put this particular one in anchor tag, so what I have to do is that I have to come here and create my open my anchor tag. This is my anchor tag. Now, this place that I'm saying, this place the between within the open and closing tag of my anchor tag, I'm going to write this here. I'm going to carry this here and put within it, not inside the opening tag. I say within the opening and closing tag at the middle. This is the middle here. This is the space now. This is the middle. So within here, I'm going to paste that here, meaning that this particular one now, like I explained before, anything within your tag is going to have that particular format or that particular editing that particular tag has. So as I have added this particular here inside inside this anchor tag, is going to have the same editing or the same formatting that anchor tag came with. You understand? So here now I'm going to add the link to Jumia. Let's check how this thing looks first. You can see this here is having this underline text. This is default formatting for anchor tag, which you can actually remove this underline in your CSS using your text decoration. None, it will remove. So, but that one we are going to deal with it in CSS. Now, this one is not having any clickable link. So let me go and add clickable link there. Also, you come here and create your anchor tag, carry this here and put within your anchor tag. Okay, if we check these two, they are not having a clickable link. This is a link now. This is a link. You get, remember, anchor tag must work with attributes. You must add attribute to your anchor tag for it to work. So that's why you will able to see this anchor tag, this clickable link, and this clickable link. Now, but this is not directing to anywhere. It's still going to be in your index because we have not linked anything there. Now let's go to Jumia and copy their website. Okay, let me just go to let me just go to let me open that link. First of all, let me copy the Jumia website itself, the index. Now let me copy it and come here and add it. Okay, register here. Okay. Now let me go and copy the second link, which is their category health beauty. Let me come here and add it in the second link. Remember, see where we are adding it. Now, if you're adding external website, it's advisable you add the https the website.com or .ng, anyone. It's advisable you add the link. Again, you add the full link. Don't just write jumia.com or google.com. No, if you're adding Google, https dot https slash www.jumia.com, google.com, and so on and so forth. So it's advisable you do it that way so that you make sure that everything works perfectly well. Now, when you save this work and go to your website and check, you see that if you hover this thing, I want you guys to look at this place my mouse is. Look at this place my mouse. Once I hover on that here, I want you guys to look at this place my mouse is. You can see the link where that particular anchor tag is going to direct to. You can see it's going to direct to jumia.com.ng. While this one is going to direct to jumia.com.ng slash health beauty. Now let's try and see. You can see it's going to gmail.com.ng. So this is how you direct or how you link external website to your website. You get an external link to your website. Now, if you go to this place, it's going to direct to health beauty. As you can see, this is directing to health beauty. Just the same way we open this one. See the send link is directing to health beauty. So you can see these things are very easy. You just have to practice, and you to master it. You get, and remember that anchor tag must work with attributes, and that attribute is href. And inside that href is where you add the link, or where you now drop the link or the location of the file you want to link to. If it's external website, you just have to go and copy the link to that external website, then you link it, you put it there. If it's file within your working folder, you just have to get the name of the file. It's .html, .php, .js, anyone. You just have to get it and link it to that particular href. So you can see these things are very, very simple. So you just have to practice, and everything you get used to the stuff. So guys, please at this moment, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do not cost anything. Please kindly subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and if you have any question at all in any of our videos, please drop it under this comment section, and we'll be right there to help you out in all your questions. So guys, let's continue with our tutorial. Now we have seen how you can be able to link to another HTML file inside your folder. We have also seen how you can be able to link to an external website in your work. You get. Now let's see how you can be able to link to a section inside the same file you are working with. Now let this not confuse you guys. When I mean a file inside your working folder, this is a file. Index.html is a file, contact.html is a file, this one is an image, about.html is a file, but inside this about.html, I have nav folder. This is a folder. Folder is just like a container. Now inside this folder, I also have nav2, which is also a folder. Then it's inside this nav2 that I now have this about.html. So if I want to locate this about.html, I have to type the nav. I have to type the nav. They also type the nav2, which is also a folder, before I can be able to type the name of that file. I hope this is well understood. Now this is better now, right? Now, so that when I start saying folder file, it will not confuse you. File is just a normal file where you type your code. While folder is the container holding those files or those images or those GS files, anyone. So that's it. So let me treat how you can be able to link to another section inside your file. Inside this our working file. This is our HTML file. Now, assuming I have another section, for example, now linking. Okay, let me use href, hr linking to. Remember, typing this thing this way is not a good practice. You can either write it in H, heading text or paragraph text, anyone, but just for practice, linking to uh, another section, another section inside your working file, your working file, linking to another section inside your working file. Okay, HR. Let's see how this. Okay, linking to another section inside your working file. Now, first of all, if you want to do this, you have to create the section first. The section you want to link to, because you cannot link to what you don't actually have. So for you to start linking anything, you first of all create the section you actually want to link to. Now let's just create the section. This is a section tag, get. So don't worry, in your CSS you're going to meet this particular tag. So section is just like just like from the name section, it's just like a part of your file. You get, it's like a part of when you're going into a house, you have room, you have parlor, you have a kitchen, you have bedroom, you have a toilet and everything, you have kitchen, everything. So all those things are sections inside that particular room. And so that's the same thing with this one. Assuming this is your kitchen or this is your parlor or this is your toilet, anyone, this is one of the sections inside your house. So that's what section is all about. So, but don't worry if you don't understand it now, you're going to meet it in our CSS video. Now, inside this section, I want to have a p tag. I say this is my p tag. This is my p tag. Inside also, I also want to have a div, maybe a div, something like a div. Div, you're going to meet div in your CSS. So div, inside this div, I can have let me just have a h1 or h2. This is my h2. Now inside this div, let me style the background. Let me use attributes and making use of style attributes. We have already done this. So when you're practicing, just make use of all these things we have done so that it will master you. This is how you learn. Because if you say, let me just focus on what I'm releasing here, you might not understand it that deep. But if you make use of all these tags we have already treated in HTML, it will master you. You get, you will not forget it easily. So let me use my background color. Don't worry, this is CSS green. Let me use text. Text is the sorry color. Color is the text color. Let me use white since I'm using green as background. Let me use white. Now inside this place, let me just leave this in like this. Now, okay, this is a section. Okay, okay, okay. Let me create another section. Another section. Let me just copy this. Because of time, just copy this and paste and edit. Let me use this one red, and let me use this one maybe green. I know the color will not match, but let me just use it. Okay, let me use this is my let me use h1 here. H1 tag. This is my h1. Sorry, h1. Now let me now teach you how you can be able to link. These are sections. This is a section now. Okay, let me use break tag so that's break tag, break tag, break tag. You can see this is a section. From here to here is a section, while from here to here is another section. Now, assuming this section is talking about, okay, let me say this text section now is talking about, okay, let me use Okay, let me use this is about us. Assuming you don't want to have about us in another file yet. So once someone click on about us, it's still going to load in the same page, but it's going to go to the section where that about us is, but it's still going to be in the same page, but it's going to go to the section where that about us is. This is what we want to implement here. So that it will not start loading on that page. It will load in the same page, but it's going to scroll, something like fast scrolling to that particular section where that about us is. So let's say this is about us section, and this is contact us section, and this is contact us section. Okay, contact us section, and this is about us section. Remember to add this thing inside the H4, 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 closing, closing. Inside this H4, we have this. So this is what is used. I think this is where you did your design for about us, and this is where you did. This is where you did for contact us. Okay, and this is where you did for contact us. This is where you did for about us. Now it's expected that when you click on this about us, it's going to scroll to this place, and when you click on contact us, it's going to go down and scroll to this place. Sorry, we don't have okay, let me just copy this all these things there so that we have our page will be long. Let me just start from here so that our page will be long. Let me paste it after this section. So that when the thing scrolls, you will see the effects. So that at least when you scroll to this place, you see the effect, and when you scroll down to this place, you also see the effects. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here. So that our page will be somehow long. Okay, let's just practice with this. Now let's go to first of all, can create anchor tag. Mm, okay, can create. Let me just come here. Where is that beginning of that anchor tag? Okay, this is section of about us, right? Now let me come here and create maybe anchor tag. Then let me give it a name attribute of about. You must give it a name attribute. This is what is going to recognize this particular section. And also let me come here and give in that second section. Okay, this is second section. Let me just come here and give anchor tag and give it a name attribute. Remember, when you're adding your attribute, you add it within your uh, opening tag. You don't add it in your closing tag. Or sorry, equal to add it within your opening tag. So let me give this one contact, contact. Now we have given this one a unique name, which is contact. Name attribute. We call this in name attributes. You get it's a name attribute to make use of it mostly in PHP. When you want to fetch a particular input or anything, you just make use of the name attribute to fetch it. Now, we also have a name attribute of about. Now, let me go up to that code. Okay, let me just duplicate this. And let me not duplicate because if you duplicate it, it's going to confuse you guys. Let me just make use of this. Now, I don't need to start linking this as a file. What I will do is just to use my hash, then call the name attribute I use for that particular section. And the name attribute I use for that particular section is what? For the about, I use about. And for the contact, I use the I use contact. Now let's check. Now when I come here, it's already refresh. When I come here and click on about, you can see it's going to scroll to this about. Is going to go directly to this about. Assuming I have more thing about this particular page, this thing you will not be seeing this particular stuff here. For example, let me still copy this. Let me still copy this. Let me still copy this and paste about. This is about us. This is about us. Okay, section. Okay, inside this section, let me see how this one. Inside this section, where is the closing? Okay, this is the closing of section. Let me see have this inside this section. You get? Let me just demarcate this in. Then I also have this one. Let me also demarcate the opening of the section. Yes. Now it's now yes, it's now longer. Now let's go back again. Let me click on about. It's going to scroll to this about. You get, so that person will now read about your website or about yourself. You get, about you. You get. So, but remember that we are still in the same page. Check the URL. We are seeing the same page, index.html. Then we can now see that hash about, because we use that hash to actually locate that particular name attribute we give to that section. Now, in the same way, when you go up and click on contact, it's going to scroll up to where the contact started, the contact section started. You get, and it's still going to be in the same page. In the same page, it's not going to load another page, it's going to be in the same page, but it's going to scroll to that section you clicked on. If you click on about us section, it's going to scroll to about us section. If you click on contact us section, it's going to scroll down to contact us section. You get, we actually call this a one page website. You get, that's what we actually call it in program, one page website. When you want someone say, I just design a one page website, you can actually do this. You have a contact us, about us, privacy policy, everything in one page. So this is how you actually link all those pages you have in the same page. So all those sections you have in the same page. This is how you can actually link to all of them. So that once someone click on this about us, it will not open in another file or another page. You see open in the same page, but it's going to scroll to that particular section where about us started. The same way with contact us. When you click on contact us, it's going to scroll to that section where contact us started. I hope this is okay now. So this is how you link to another another I say another section inside your working file. Now, with this, let me also introduce navbar, because navbar deals with anchor tag. Navbar is all about anchor tag, because without the anchor tag, it will not be clickable now. I know navbar contains maybe about us, contact us, privacy policy, and so on and so forth. So this is where you now make use of your LI, that's list tags and anchor tag. You make use of them together. Get, so this is where you now make use of. Don't forget, we are going to treating list tags separately now in a full tutorial. So don't if you don't understand this this thing we are going to treat now, don't forget, don't worry. We're going to meet that particular topic in a separate video. So let me make use of okay. Let me just okay. Let me just go down and delete some of this. And let me delete them. Delete this. Now let me make use of the nav bar. Remember, I said I'm going to be treating nav bar and anchor tag. So this is the nav bar section. Nav bar, just like from the name navbar, it just used to create a navigation bar in your website. A navigation bar is where you have all those places you have contact us, about us, privacy policy. If you go to our website, look at it. This one is the navigation bar. You can see how the navigation bar is. Some will just prefer the search bar, this kind of stuff. And while some will prefer about us, contact us, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. And this is their footer. This is their footer section of their website. And all these ones now, this ones now is the body section of their website. Now this is where you now add the hero section. Okay, if you go to their main website, you can see their hero section and all that things. So this is their navbar. This is how their navbar is. This is how their navbar is. So some websites, if you go to their website, you can be seeing about us, contact us, privacy policy in their navbar. While some, if you go to their navbar, you'll be seeing this kind of stuff. So it depends on your choice. So let's go to navbar. Now, once you have written this nav tag, browser already recognize that okay, this is a nav tag. Okay, so it will do the necessary editing. Now let's use anchor tag. I'm not going to touch li. Okay, let me just leave li for now. Let me just use anchor tag about us. Let me duplicate this. Shift alternate arrow key down. One, two, three, four, five. Mm, contact us. Contact us. Let me use privacy. Privacy. Okay. Show that thing again. Mm, shopping. Shop. Or shopping. Shop. Okay. Let me just make use of this. These ones. Now this is how it looks. It will come together, sha. Let me just right show. Okay. Let me use break. So break it. Remember, you can actually edit this in CSS. So anything you're seeing here is just the default editing for HTML. Okay. Now this is when I click on about us, it's going to go to about us page. When I click on contact us page, it's going to go to contact us page. When I click on privacy policy or privacy, okay, privacy policy, I made a mistake. So privacy policy is going to go to privacy policy page. And when you click on shop, it's going to go to shopping page. Now, assuming okay, let me you know how to do those ones now. When you click on it, it's going to link to another page, privacy policy, privacy policy. Privacy policy. Now, if you want to link to, just like you say about us, where is about us? Like about us is inside nav. After nav, you have slash nav2 slash about dot html. This is the location of about us. Now, contact us is inside, okay, it's alone, it's not inside any folder, so I'll have to just type contact.html. Now I want to this privacy policy, I don't want it to be to open in another page. I just want it to open in the same file, as in the same page. You get, I just want it to locate the section on that same page and scroll to that place. Now what I have to do, I'll just come and give it MJ policy. The policy is the name variable, name attribute I'm going to give it when I want to create it. And give this one also should do the same thing. Shop. Now I already declared this. Now I have to come down again here and use my anchor tag and give it name attribute of okay, name attribute of let me use okay, first one is what policy, and under it I can have a section. I have a section. Inside the section, I can have my p tag. I have my role name, my dummy test. I have my role name, my dummy test. Okay. Then let's say this is the okay. Let me have more role name, so that the page will be filled up. The page will be filled up. So that the page will be filled up. Okay. Okay, I think this one is okay. Then let me also create another section. Call it using anchor tag. For this one, what do we give it? Okay, shop. Say shop. Now inside this place, you can have another section. Another section. And that section should be that section can be H. Okay, let me use H1 so that it will be different from the P tag. And let me use my ROM, the dummy test I've already treated. Just type your ROM and okay, let me also copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. So over this thing, okay. Now you know how this thing should display now. So when I come to this place, yeah, I think this is what I want. When I come to this, okay, let me demarcate this in the shopping section, shopping section, right? No, this is not shopping section. This is a policy section, and this is the shopping section. Now, if I should click on this place, it's going to go and load another page, which is what contact.html, which is here. Sorry, about.html, I need to say. because I clicked on about. And if I click on contact, it's going to go to contact.html. Look at it here. Okay, look at about. So, but if I should click on this place, privacy policy is going to go and load at privacy policy, which is here. If I click on shop, it's going to come down and load the shopping section, which is here. And I didn't scroll, just watch as it's in that is scrolled down to that particular place. I had my shopping section. So guys, this is how you can actually link to a section inside your file. Get so with this, we have covered everything we have in this particular video. Now, just a recap of what we have done. I said before that anchor tag, you must add add attribute in anchor tag for it to work. Without this attribute, this cannot work. You get anchor tag must have attribute for it to work. Now, I also say that if you want to link to a file that is another HTML file that is within your working folder, again, you just have to check the directory of that particular file, whether it's inside a folder, whether that folder is inside another folder, whether that is all these things you have to check them. So after checking them, if it's inside a folder, you can write your nav. Just like, for example, now this about us is inside two folders. So you just type the two folders before you get to that particular file. You get now, for example, now this one is alone. This one is not is in the same directory with this index we're working with. So you don't actually need to write the folders. You get you just have to type the name direct, the file name direct. Now we also I also went through on how you can link external website, which is very easy. You just have to get the link to that website you want to link to your website, to your own website. I've copied the link. You just have to come to this place I have shop, delete everything, then paste that particular link. And once you click on shop, it's going to direct you to that particular link you have copied. Now, I also went further to treat on how you can be able to uh, link to another section inside your work, whereby you have to declare the section with a name attribute, Then using that name attribute, you can be able to this is not JavaScript. HTML is not case sensitive. Sha. If in JavaScript that you wrote this capital letter and you come here and you are using small letter to declare it here, it's going to give you an error. So just know that HTML is not case sensitive. Sha. So when you make use of this one, but it's always better to make use of P. When you're writing P capital letter, make sure you're using P capital letter here. When you're using small letter, make sure you're using small letter here. So when you just have to declare the name attribute. When you declare the name attribute here, you now come here and fetch it with hash, then the name, hash, then the name. So let me remove this hash and see what happens so that you will see the effect. You can see this is no longer linking to anything again, and it's going to show you error, showing that you're not adding any extension. Also, you don't have any hash, indicating that you actually want to link to another section inside your HTML file, inside the file you're working with, because this hash is telling the browser, okay, I have another section with name attribute shop I want to actually link it to. You get? So that once you click on this shop, it's going to go directly to that section in your file and display to that particular viewer via your website. You get? So this is how you do all these things. So this is very important because in building your website, you're going to encounter this kind of stuff. If someone will meet you and say, yeah, build a one-page website for me. This is how you do it. Okay, this is how you actually link all the sections in the website, because you don't need to create another section, another file. It's just like we created HTML, contact.html, about.html. No, you don't have to create all of them. You have to code everything in one file. Then inside your navigation bar, you now have all this about us, contact us. So when someone click on that shop, it's going to load on the same page, but in another section. You get? So this is how you do it. So guys, please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please kindly subscribe to our channel. Turn on your notification bell because we're going to bring in more videos as we progress. After this section, we're going to enter CSS. After CSS, JavaScript. After JavaScript, sorry, after CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and PHP. Then when we are done with these things, we are going to be dropping some, useful videos that will help you achieve your tasks. You get. We are going to be dropping after our web tutorial. We're going to be dropping some helpful videos that will help you achieve a particular task when you are building a website. So guys, please stay tuned to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, comment if you have any question. We are going to attend to all your questions. So guys, see you guys in our next tutorial. Watch out for our next tutorial. Thank you guys. Bye for now.